with maybe less stalkers and more force fields, he could have been able to stop that army from moving across that bridge, and then more focus down that little army in the back. Would have probably done a little bit better instead of morphing in so many stalkers. So possibly a little bit of a mess up there, but
Yeah, totally agree. The one thing is though is that the Colossus are so gas intensive that it really is hard to rack together that much gas for more centuries. But
yeah.
yeah, very that would be a nice adjustment. It would be interesting to see if like resume from replay, like what changes those players would make in that game.
Absolutely.
So we should have game number 6 starting pretty shortly, probably in a few minutes.
Alright, stream has caught up, so we can ask for our next player and map.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, it's best of 9.
It's
Oh,
a
man.
bet. What?
Yeah.
What?
Alright, so good news. We get to do this for longer.
I
But
guess so.
it's fun, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, plenty of people, Panda Bear, in chat saying that we're best of 9. Yeah, we.
Well, that makes me happy. That makes my night. Kenna, pass me a cookie. No, I gotta fuel myself for this long best of 9.
Get up
With
that energy.
yes, sugars must get. Oh, got it.
Alright. Just talking again about that burrowed banelings from Scarlet game.
Yeah, that. Oh, you're talking about that?
Oh, yeah, they're talking about it in chat here.
Yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous how low economy Scarlet played, but it was. I mean, I don't think we've seen a game exciting as that in 2013. Like, I think that did top any other game so far, except maybe Jaedong versus SOS, or not Jaedong. Who was it?
I
Who
don't.
played Jaedong in that game with the burrowed roaches?
Oh, I have no idea. Okay, so we do have the next game coming on. We do have Kratos coming up from IG here. Um, with that, X gamers will be sending out their pick as well. Once Kratos gets on, he will be able to pick his map.
Yeah.
Scratch that. Game Bomber.
Ooh, Game Bomber.
So,
Juicy, juicy. I believe Game Bomber is a Terran player, if I remember correctly. Let me check here. Yes, it does. No, Game Bomber is a Protoss player. So
alright, so
Integrity is putting out a Protoss player as in game number 6. How will X gamers respond? Is the question.
so it's either Derelict or Newkirk. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Derelict or Akalon. We'll get this figured out shortly. Better be quickly, because best of 9. We've only gone 5 games. Whew.
Yeah. So we're only halfway through if it goes to an ace match.
Hmm. Game Bomber doesn't matter what map it is to him. 2-gate proxy OP.
So true, so true. So yeah. Ooh, derelict or echelon. So yeah, two gates are very powerful. Just getting serious now. If you've ever faced a two gate, man, they're terrifying.
Oh yeah. It
Like
it
I feel like I feel like you could go pro with the two gate. Like you could literally just two gate every game, and like go quite a ways in like any tournament.
oh yes.
I mean, not when everyone knows you're in a two gate, but
Oh, it was Deer who got wrecked by burrowed roaches.
yeah, Jaedong versus Deer. That was the
Okay,
most.
so
It's probably
it's
the
going to be
craziest one.
Game Bomber versus Max Torvert. Max Torvert? I hope I'm saying that right.
What's the map name? Oh, Max. Oh,
That's the player
that's
name.
Max Revert. Don't even say the two. Just Max Revert. Max two Revert is too hard to say. Anything more than two syllables or like two like it's really hard to say if it's more than two.
Max to revert?
So and Max to Revert, like
Yeah.
Max to Revert attacking. That's just it's hard to say. So I don't know. Maybe
We're just gonna call him
call him
Max.
Max. Just call him Max. All right, that sounds good.
Max versus, well, we could say Bomber.
Max versus Bomber. Yeah, it's Bomber. It's the one and only Bomber. Like the. And speaking of which, I think did Bomber get eliminated in Red Bull? I don't. I didn't really check the brackets.
Yeah, because,
Oh, Scarlet took him out. That's
yeah.
right. Scarlet. That was the craziest Baneling hits. The casters didn't even know it was burrowed. The crowd didn't know the Banelings were burrowed. It was like probably gave everyone a heart attack. Like I for a second there actually thought Bomber was gonna somehow make like the Marines splitting work out, but then the Banelings just out of nowhere.
Absolutely. Now I just need to find you, get you in here, invite to game.
Decline.
Oh no, don't do that.
JK. Whoa, kinda volume. How bad is that background noise?
Oh, it's almost non-existent.
Okay, we're good? Alright, we're good. Never mind.
Alright,
I'm gonna be back in a second. I'm gonna grab a second cookie.
hurry up. So, while he is getting a cookie, we can start this game up. The countdown finally reaching 0. It's going to be a PVT on Delaware Lake Watcher.
Alright, Derelict Watcher. Such an open map, and it is gonna be PvT.
Yes. I think this is a little bit more favored for the Terran because of those wide open areas for those drops to be absolutely ridiculous. As long as a lot, even with a little bit of room for Reaper play as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think Storms can be pretty good on this map, but Storms are good on any map, so.
Yeah, Storm's OP.
Alright, it's all you. It's all you on these introductions.
Alright, so I guess we're going to start out with the top right player from IG. It's going to be Game Bomber. And then in the bottom left, our light blue Terran from xGs is going to be Max to Revert. We're just going to call him Max.
Mexi. So right away we see everything. It's been pretty standard. No crazy uber early scouts, no 2-Rexes. How effective is 2-Rex against Protoss anyway?
2-Rex can be quite interesting versus Protoss. I don't think it's that viable since Stalkers outrange, and now with the Mothership Core, if that thing gets out, the 2-Rex is nothing. So
Oh, yeah.
if you can get in, you do enough damage, and then float the barracks back, maybe I wouldn't consider it more of a killing strategy.
Yeah. I think so for sure. Yeah, Stalkers, really good players. have really good stalker micro, and if you're good enough, you can pretty much kite infinitely.
Yes.
Like one stalker versus 10 marines. If you're good enough and you have enough room, you can pull that off.
Oh yes.
So we have gateway into a single gas.
Uh, yep.
Is that normal? Oh, that's normal. That's
Yep.
normal.
Gate on
Okay.
13, gas on 14. This is the most standard thing since a 4 gate. I don't know. It's
4 gate. Oh man, back in Wings of Liberty,
oh
4 gate.
gates. You can 4 gate a Zerg back then. It was
I
so
remember
great.
getting 4 gated in Bronze League. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. Nowadays, I just even if you go to it now, it's just a great way to feel great just smurfing in Wings of Liberty. All those people who don't even know what StarCraft is, they got the starter edition, and then you got really mean people out there going to Bronze League, 4 gating, or
Yeah, portrait farming was pretty standard back then. Pretty standard. Oh, SCV and probe do cross paths. Probe is... What is the probe doing down here? Do you think this is for some type of proxy? That's kind of a weird route if you're just going to go back to your base. Oh, never mind. It looks like it's bouncing back. But
it might have just been. I don't know what that was checking for. I really don't know. But this Reaper
anyways,
will
he
be
was
able to
a...
pick it
Yeah.
off. So,
The probe does scout the expansion of Max, so he is going to get confirmation on that. So just a pretty standard Reaper expand. That Reaper is going to pretty much spot everything
whoops.
before the mothership core pops.
I forgot the the production tab, so I'm sure chat will let me know.
And we also saw a 1 gate mothership core expand out of Game Bomber. So both players playing very macro heavy. Arguably greedy, but not really because they're both doing it, so it all works out fine.
That Reaper getting in a couple shots, not being able to do too much damage, but will be able to scout that there is an expansion down.
By the way, on the title, be sure to switch it to, on like the final game, if it does go to an ace match, be sure to put that in the title, because that's always fun to add in there. That can get people in. This ace match is so exciting. So intense. And we have the Robo out of Game Bomber. What are your thoughts on this?
The Robo, it can be very interesting. There is a thing called the Immortal Bust. It's kind of the same thing against Zerg. But if you get that +1 armor and a couple of Immortals, you can break down that little bunker that he has and just absolutely melt those Marines that he has saved up. So it can be very devastating, or it could just be for Colossus. Both really good ideas.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like Probe's being chronoed out, so every chrono on the Nexus is one less thing that's going to be chronoed on something like Tech. So we know Game Bomber's definitely emphasizing his economy right now.
Absolutely.
This Reaper is going to get in and actually not see too much in a really nice force field there, yeah.
Game Bomber will take both of his gases at his natural, going for very gas heavy. So this could very well be for, I would hope, the Colossus, or maybe even, maybe the Robo was just for those observers, very wary of those Widowmine drops.
Not even Widowmine drops, like a really fast observer just to see what your opponent is going into can help so much with knowing what tech path to go into. If he's pushing out, you can prep for that. So observers in general are a very safe and strong choice. Doesn't mean you're going to be able to put on too much aggression, but it is very strong defensive choice.
Now a little switch from Max. He's going to be sending out his factory to scout and putting his starport on that reactor. Ooh, and yes, there it is. Confirmation of the Colossus there with the robotics bay. Excellent choice, since he will see that factory floating. He will obviously see that any kind of tank play will not be there. So it's mostly going to be bio. So Colossus and Templar will be very great for this composition.
Yeah, so I like the Colossus. It's a lot of Protoss favor something other than really fast Colossus, but this is something that can really punish Max if he doesn't have any Vikings or anything like that. One thing that's a small thing to point out, I love Game Bomber's positioning of his mothership core. If you notice it, it's kind of right in between the main and the natural. Can get to each one in about 2 seconds.